I'm just gonna live. That's all I can do. I'm not gonna hide. I'm not gonna be ashamed about who I am, what I do, what I say. I'm gonna say what I wanna say, whether you like it or not. I'm just going to be and exist and make my dreams come true. That's it. You're going to die because we're gonna die. It's like you live to die and you don't even know why. And I'm at that point where I'm just like, it's tiring. I don't want to be perceived as a perfect person, a good person, a holy person. I just want to be perceived as myself. That's where I'm at. Because that's the only thing that's really real. That's it. You live to die. And then you are conditioned by what people say you should be or shouldn't be. And I am problematic in that regard as well, because I'm just like, you. I don't care. Sizokenzani lana? What are we here to do? Like, what are we doing? Skapile, basically. Because if you don't actually tap into that darkness, and that darkness, it's not just you doing criminal activities, eliminating people and so on. You also have to tap into the dark spirits, the dark forces. It goes hand in hand. You have to sell your soul. We're all gonna perish. This will no longer be. And you don't have any control of it. What is going on here? And another thing is, our thoughts are not even really our thoughts. You don't actually think to think. You don't sit there and say to yourself, okay, let me think about this. It just pops up. Everything just pops up from the moment you open your eyes. Why do we even sleep? To recharge. But why? There are those that are doing dark magic that put curses on people. We can talk about that. Like, okay, they're tying ropes and strings and stuff to bind people. You're evil. It's giving evil in my reality, in my perspective. Something is wrong here. Kunindo of. And I still believe that there are books from the Bible that have been taken out. I still believe in the Bible. Absolutely. There are things in there that are real life, real truth. It's like the living word. But there are things that were taken out that we actually need to know about to put this whole thing together. There's a lot to figure out. There's a lot to learn about. We just don't know because it was taken out for us to stay dumbed down. My people will die because of a lack of knowledge. I can't judge anyone anymore. I can't. I can have my opinions and I think that this is grimy and so on and so forth. But I really cannot judge these people. This is what they believe. Because look around you. Take a second. Step out of that those judgy Christian shoes, because that's what it feels like now. It's just a judgy Christian. And it doesn't feel nice.
I can't wait to die. Yep, I said it.
I live the same day over and over and over and over and over again. I wake up in the morning. I get my kids ready for school. I come home, do Lord knows what, mom stuff, or nothing. And somehow it's 2 o'clock and it's time to go get the kids. I pick them up from school. We do after school activities, come home, have dinner, take a bath, go to bed. My husband comes home. After the kids go to bed, we sit on the couch for 10 minutes and then I go to bed. And it's the same cycle over and over again.
In 5, 6, 7, 8, everything is bad and the world just makes me mad, so I...
Why is it that I am so behind in life? And I am watching my kids' fathers live their life. I'm watching them being able to work all these different types of jobs. And I have to work a job that works around my kids' schedule. Of course, I knew that. I'm working my ass off on social media. I have been creating content over and over. Every day I'm creating content. My son's birthday is coming up. I worked my ass off in order to make at least a little bit of something so I'm able to buy him something for his birthday. Then I turn around and my car, something is wrong with my car. So now I got to go take my car into the shop. So the money that I made from social media has to go towards getting my car fixed. And I sat and I told my kid's father, I'm like, hey, you know what? I really want you to just get the kids. I need to focus on getting my life together. And I really need to focus on figuring out what I want to do with my life. And I just feel like I have not been able to do that at all. I am so sick and tired of feeling so behind. I just feel like it was not meant for me to win.
Friendly reminder that in 60 years from now, you will be dead and the world will forget you. In about 1,000 years from now, you will be dust and your coffin will have rotted away. In about 30,000 years from now, any mention of your name that ever might have creeped its way into a history book will have faded away, assuming the book itself hasn't been corroded away. In about 1 billion years from now, the sun will grow to the size where it will literally cook everything on Earth. And in about 5 billion years from now, the sun will grow to the size where it will literally consume the Earth.
Every time I think about what the fuck this life is, I remember I had the chance in 2020 to not wear a mask.
I no longer want to be alive. This is not a ploy. This is not a hook. This is not anything for entertainment purposes. I do not want to be on this planet anymore. I'm tired. Gas is high. We could barely afford groceries. We could barely afford rent. Why do I need to make 3 times the rent when there is no job out there paying me 3 times the rent? And if I need to break the lease, I have to pay rent plus a month or so, or 2 months the rent.
I want to ask God for some rest so bad, but I just don't want him to think I'm ungrateful and he called me home. I'm tired. I do. I want to ask him for a break. I don't want him to break his foot off in my ass and now I'm sitting in the grave. How do you ask the Lord? How do you ask what y'all call him, Jesus Devontae Christ? How do y'all ask him for a little rest?
Vault unlocked.
Dazzling Diamonds, you know what I've realized? I've realized that you'll never be free, not entirely. This world, the systems of this world are already in motion, and there's nothing you can do about it. The world is designed. It operates on a model that not you or I can ever understand fully. Everything has already been set in motion. And the crazy thing is, the elite have told us and warned us about it all. Because they have to tell you before they do these things. It sucks. Because there's actually nothing you can do about it. And I've been saying that to you guys, haven't I? There's nothing you can do about it. It just is as it is. It sucks because at the end of the day, we're all gonna perish. This will no longer be. And you don't have any control of it. Yet you are a free individual in this reality. It's boring because at the end of the day, you're not.
I don't know if I'm the only person who experiences this, but like every once in a while, you know, after some time, after about 3-4 months, I get tired of existing. Not because I want to unalive myself. I'm not feeling like I want to unalive myself. You know, it's a thing of like, we're doing the same things. Like every day, laundry, and then it's just like we do that on repeat. And then on top of that, you have to worry about your faith and stuff. You have to worry about yourself and your friends and your family. and other people. And then there's so much going on in most society, like a lot. Like there's wars, children are dying, like there's just a lot going on. Like, I get to a point, like I get these, like it comes in a phase every now and then where I'm just so tired of existing, because I feel like it's just like the same things are happening every day, and I'm like, I need to pause. I don't want to, like, I don't want to unalive myself, but break. Like, okay, I just need to take a break.
Slavery ended years and years and years ago. But the truth of the matter is, it didn't. It's just a different kind of slavery now. A slavery that you actually agree to. A slavery that you actually vote for. They make you feel like you're actually doing something special, whereas no president in this world is actually elected. They are selected by the ones who run the world. It's crazy. And it's boring. It's annoying, especially when you wake up to that fact, that reality, that truth. It's just like, oh my God, I can't believe they are doing this to us again, but in a different way. It doesn't change. It doesn't.
This is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, but listen, the system is real, okay? Systems exist that oppress people. At the same time, individuals oppress themselves by living under systems, mainly because they're unaware of the system. Lack of education is huge, but because they're unaware of said thing, they hold on to all the things in that system that harm them, which means they consistently keep and stay sucked into a system that's causing them problems.
Dazzling Diamonds, it's frustrating. But the fact of the matter is, they lie to us about everything. And there is so much more that we actually don't know about. It will make you feel so insignificant in the grander scheme of things, because at the end of the day, when you look at it, you have no control over what is happening, regardless of what you think you are doing. And then it brings forth the reality that you want to become a millionaire, a billionaire, and whatever you want to become financially. You want to be part of that hierarchy, but you never will be. They won't allow you. And if they do allow you, it's because you're bringing forth something that is kind of sexy, different, but are you going to agree to the terms and conditions? It's like you will never get to that place unless you do crime. Unless you're a fraudster and you take out of the mouths of the impoverished, the less fortunate. You have to cut some deals somewhere, somehow, in order for you to reach those levels. At the same time, maybe try not to get caught, but hey, there will be a Madlanga commission and nothing's going to happen to nobody. People get out of jail on bail, and they are said to be murderalizers. It's just that easy. Sizokenzani lana? What are we here to do? Like, what are we doing? Skapile, basically. Because if you don't actually tap into that darkness, and that darkness, it's not just you doing criminal activities, eliminating people and so on. You also have to tap into the dark spirits, the dark forces. It goes hand in hand. You have to sell your soul. Nothing big just comes in here because of your talent, because of your smarts. No. You have to be a crook. You have to be helping them. You have to be doing something dark and shady. You have to be practicing some kind of witchcraft. Otherwise, you don't succeed in this life. You won't. This is a fact. Eventually, you have to connect yourself to something or someone, knowing or not even knowing, for you to succeed. Because if they're watching us all. If you are gonna climb and climb just a tad bit, they're watching you. And eventually they're going to approach you and they're gonna say, okay, well, this is how it works here in the real world. Because the world that you and I are living in right now is the fake world. It is. It's the poor people world. Whether you are middle class or poor, if you're not rich and above, you're not really part of the game. And if you want to be part of the game, you have to do a couple of things to solidify your space. It makes you wonder, like, you can grind and grind and grind all you want. But if you're not ready to fold and set out, then you're not. It kind of made me think, like, at some point, do I really blame the people that go into the dark? I don't. I don't think that they are as strong as you and I who can weather the storm, but I don't blame them. Now, what is actually going on here actually? Is there really a hell and all these? It almost, it always takes me back to that day when I smoked that Jimmy J and I was in the bathtub and I was just like, I had a mind-blowing experience, a very spiritual experience where I was just like, I've done this before. I know that I'm here right now in this tub, taking this bubble bath. But it's not deja vu. I know I've done this many other times before. I've done it before. I feel like we are doing the same thing over. Like, you don't die. When you die, it's because you've already died. Like, you're already dead. The speed of light and sound is so fast that you can't see it. So I feel like people have slowed it down to the point where we can see this reality, but everything is vibrating at a phenomenal speed. But we have made it to a point where, or winded it to a point where we can understand it, and nothing actually exists. It doesn't matter. That is the truth. The world, and in fact, God doesn't give you the things that you pray for and beg for, because you're always begging and praying about it, right? He doesn't. This place operates on vibrations, feelings. That's how you manifest. I hate that word, manifest. Kitty vibrations leave feelings. That's it. And if you're in a lower vibration of lack and negativity, that's where you're going to stay. But if you're arrogant, pompous, and you just believe in yourself, it gives arrogance and pompous. And you just believe you can do anything and have anything that you want, that's what you're going to have. It's all up here. And I don't know how it all comes together when it comes to Christianity and what have you, or any of the other religions. All I know is something funny is going on over here. That's a fact. There's no way. There's no way something funny is not happening over here. I believe in God. I believe in God, a creator that created all of this. But there's a lot that we don't know. There is a lot that we don't, and it's scary. And I am going forth in my life with God. That's it. I don't care what nobody else have to say. I don't care if you are offended. As long as I'm not, because karma is a thing. That's the thing. As long as I'm not intentionally trying to hurt you, destroy you, do something to you, I'm just going to do my thing with God and just walk my path. and do whatever the hell I want to do because we're gonna die. It's like you live to die and you don't even know why. And I'm at that point where I'm just like, it's tiring. I don't want to be perceived as a perfect person, a good person, a holy person. I just want to be perceived as myself. That's where I'm at. Because that's the only thing that's really real. That's it. You live to die. And then you are conditioned by what people say you should be or shouldn't be. And I am problematic in that regard as well, because I'm just like, you. I don't care. You want to be a Sangoma and go to graveyards? That's your choice. That's what you want to do. Okay, do your thing. If it works for you, who am I really to judge? I don't even know what's happening here. I know as much as I know, but I don't actually know what's happening here. Today, if I want to be a sexy bad bitch, I'm going to do that. Tomorrow, if I want to be as holy as I can be, I'm going to do. I don't know when my D-Day is. And I actually don't know what's happening here. I don't want to lie. I can say to you, go read the Bible. Go, guys, go read it. Why is it that as much as we preach that and we try to do that, right, we don't get really locked into it? Is it because there is something that is in the Bible or that has been omitted from the Bible that is repelling us from it? What is going on here? And another thing is, our thoughts are not even really our thoughts. You don't actually think to think. You don't sit there and say to yourself, okay, let me think about this. It just pops up. Everything just pops up from the moment you open your eyes. Why do we even sleep? To recharge. But why? And then we dream we're going somewhere else. And some of those dreams seem so real. And then they play out in this reality. Manifesting. Guys, it's enough. It's enough. It's enough of the judgment. It's enough of you're not doing things right. You're not living by the Bible. I don't know. I actually don't know. So to call people out and say this, that, and the other, I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. And that's a fact. That's one thing I actually do know. That is a fact. I don't want to judge anyone. Not the Sangomas. They believe what they believe. Not the Christians, not the Muslims, not anyone. Because everybody is convicted in what they're convicted in. You get a choice. Isn't that why we're here? Or one of the things that we have now that we're here, it's free will. Everybody gets to choose. And who am I to say you're wrong? Because I actually don't know. I don't know. Are the people that are practicing spirituality really? There are those that are doing dark magic that put curses on people. We can talk about that. Like, okay, you're tying ropes and strings and stuff to bind people. You're evil. It's giving evil in my reality, in my perspective. But then there's people that are just spiritualists, herbalists, whatever you call it. And they're not doing anything dangerous or grimy. I don't know. I really don't know. I believe in God, the creator of everything. But I find it so hard to understand why the ones that were oppressing us would give us a manual to life to better us when they hate us, and they hate us still. I find that it's retarded. Something is wrong here. Couldn't do off. And I still believe that there are books from the Bible that have been taken out. I still believe in the Bible. Absolutely. There are things in there that are real life, real truth. It's like the living word. But there are things that were taken out that we actually need to know about to put this whole thing together. There's a lot to figure out. There's a lot to learn about. We just don't know because it was taken out for us to stay dumbed down. My people will die because of a lack of knowledge. That's what that is. So when people believe in their African spirituality and okay, believe it. Do your thing. I'm not going to judge you. People like Ugogos Koteni are now going, it seems like they never left Ubungoma and stuff. Okay, do your thing, my sister. I really can't judge it, eh? I can't judge anyone anymore. I can't. I can have my opinions and I think that this is grimy and so on and so forth. But I really cannot judge these people. This is what they believe. Because look around you. Take a second. Step out of that those judgy Christian shoes, because that's what it feels like now. It's just a judgy Christian. And it doesn't feel nice. You were given the free will for a reason. There's 3-eye Atlas coming. There's the Pleiadians. There's the what. We don't know. We don't even know what's beyond the ice wall. And yet we believe in a firmament. Like I do. I believe that we are in a firmament. And that there are other lands outside of the ice wall. But if I believe that, then what these people are experiencing is actually really real to them. It really is. Why would I judge? I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to figure it out. I'm tired of not knowing, and I don't think I'll ever will. All I know, really, is that I'm going to die. We all are. There are bad people and there are good people to what the perspective of bad and good is. Right? I could never be bad. Not all the way, anyway. Because I've been bad, according to people. I'm just gonna live. That's all I can do. I'm not gonna hide. I'm not gonna be ashamed about who I am, what I do, what I say. I'm gonna say what I wanna say. Whether you like it or not. I'm just going to be and exist and make my dreams come true. That's it. You're going to die. You're going to die. I'm not living with regrets. I'm sorry. Because I don't know what's happening here. I actually don't know. I don't know if the 1% is already in those bunkers. If 3-eye Atlas is really going to end everything. I'm just going to have to be a good person and just live my life. And if sometimes I sound like a bitch, then it's because I wanted to. I said a bad word. Is it going to end the world? That's not going to end the world. But I'm just going to live. That's it. Because the more you resist from the things, like, okay, murderalizing a person, that is bad. That is something that you should really resist and find out why you're thinking those thoughts. But the minor things, I would say minor things that we consider bad, the more you resist or you try to fight them, is the more you want to do those kind of things. And then I just feel like in your nervous system, you're compiling and compressing a lot of emotions because you cannot express yourself because you're afraid of what people are going to say or think or do. As long as you're not hurting anyone, I just feel like do whatever you want to do. Because why are we even here? If we really have this free will, I think just choose to be a good person and then live your life. And then those that will judge will judge. But to be so restricted and And then also, with the commentary that we do, the gossip that we speak about, we are restricting other people. Everybody has to be themselves, and everybody gets to make a choice of who they are or what path they want to take. And I'm tired of, no, I can't. Everybody just be yourselves. Like, what else? What can you do? You're going to die. Oh. Yeah. That's it. That's it.